The United States will not take sides in Egypt's upheaval, U.S. Deputy of State William Burns said on Monday in an attempt to address concerns on both sides of the political divide. Burns, in Cairo on a visit to meet Egypt's interim leaders, the military, and members of the business community, stressed in a briefing that it is up to Egyptians and not the United States to steer the country to civilian rule.
Only Egyptians can determine their future. I did not come with American solutions, nor did I come to lecture anyone. We know that Egyptians must forge their own path to democracy. We know that this will not mirror our own, and we will not try to impose our model on Egypt. What the United States will do is stand behind certain basic principles, not any particular personalities or parties.
The Egyptian military ousted elected President Mohamed Morsi on July 3rd, after millions of people took to the streets to demand his resignation. Burns called on the military to refrain from politically motivated arrests, after a crackdown on the Brotherhood, including arrest orders against several of their leaders.
If representatives of some of the largest parties in Egypt are detained or excluded, how are dialogue and participation possible? The government itself has said it wants inclusion of all political streams. We've called on the military to avoid any politically motivated arrests, and we have also called upon those who differ with the government to adhere to their absolute obligation to participate peacefully.
One of the main factors leading to the protests that preceded Morsi's ouster was Egypt's continuing economic crisis. The United States, said Burns, would push for the fast approval of an International Monetary Fund loan to help shore up Egypt's economy.
We support the adoption of reforms that can lead to an early IMF agreement while sustaining funding for social safety net programs. We believe these measures offer a path to address the entirely justifiable aspirations of the revolution and realize the economic potential of Egypt and its people.
The recent killing of dozens of pro-Morsi protesters outside an army barracks where they believed ex-President Mohamed Morsi was being held shocked many in Egypt. Burns said both protesters and security forces must work to ease tensions.
For our part, we condemn violence at demonstrations and violent attacks on the security forces in the Sinai. We condemn the very troubling sectarian violence that could continue and worsen. And we have called for maximum restraint on the part of the security forces and an end to any abuses as they deal with public demonstrations. Above all, it is deeply in the self-interest of Egyptians to ease the polarization that can poison their society.